All right, and welcome to another episode of the Sloppy Bro Show live, coming to you this Friday night at 9 p.m. Well, once again, we made it another week in the books down. So, if you're joining me, feel free to crack open that beer, pour that shot, mixed drink, whatever your pleasure is, and let's get started. Well, before we get started, for you new folks that are just tuning in, if this is your first time to the channel, if you don't mind, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Punch that notification bell. That way you'll be one of the first notified every time something happens on this channel. So, as you can see, tonight's episode is called Friday Night Lights. I don't really have nothing planned. Basically, just felt like getting on and shooting the shit. So, indulge me if you will. So I guess let's start with the coronavirus. I did notice today that South by Southwest has canceled their annual thing in Austin, Texas, due to the coronavirus, as well as Microsoft. They're shutting down their developer conference. Don't know about Apple yet, but more than likely that's going to happen too. And I know all across the United States, workplaces and companies are sending out memos to their employees on about if you're sick, stay home, don't come into work. Which, coronavirus or not, that kind of should be a given. If you're sick, stay your ass at home. Don't get everybody else sick. I mean, I know why you come in because, you need the money. You don't want to be short on your paycheck. I get it. You know, personally, I think companies that, if you choose to stay home because you're sick, you should still get paid regardless. That should just be a thing. But, that's how I run my company. So if you want to come work for me, I'll put you to work and I'll make sure you get paid when you're sick. Outside of that, you know, said it before, say it again. No sense in getting into a panic. You know, when your time's up, your time's up. Live each day to the fullest. Live a life with no regrets. Tell everybody you love them when you can, and you'll have nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, from what I've been reading, this particular virus really affects the elderly, which we all love our grandmas and our grandpas. I don't wish anything bad for them, but if they've lived a good, long, lustrous life, I can think of worse ways to move on to the next phase in existence. Excuse me, a little phlegmy today. It's all these damn cigarettes. I've really got to quit. So yeah, no sense in freaking out and hitting the grocery stores and stocking up on all the damn supplies. And for God's sakes, leave the masks for those that are sick and for the healthcare professionals that need them. If you're not sick, don't be fucking stocking up. That's a kind of a dick move, you know, because the people that do need them aren't going to be able to get a hold of them, and it's going to be because of your selfish, scared dumbass. So knock that off. Um, so yeah, that's all I'm going to get into with the coronavirus. Ain't much more that can be said. Hopefully, it's going to be like SARS and the bird flu, just one of those things that the media wants to push and hype up because they like to keep us afraid and scared because they think by doing so it's going to keep us in line and being good consumers and shit. So we're going to be all right, folks. We've survived other things. We'll survive this. I'm pretty sure. So, moving on. I gotta tell you, it's been a crazy week as far as the, Democrats trying to figure out who their nominee is going to be for, running the presidency against Trump. I gotta tell you, I'm really shocked and surprised. I didn't realize the Democratic Party was as sexist and racist as it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've always known that the Democrats were the party of racism. I mean, look at history. We know they founded the KKK. We know how Lyndon B. Johnson was. We know his true feelings, about our American citizens, our people of color, our equals. We know how he felt about them. Um, they like to say that in the 60s there was this whole, party switch, with the Dixiecrats and whatnot, but everything I've looked online, says otherwise. It never happened. So in my mind, they continue to be the party of racism. Um, but and I think it's proven even more now. Now that your two top nominations for president for the Democratic Party are Bernie Sanders, crazy, angry socialist, and Joe Biden, a guy who literally is losing his mind and doesn't know where he is half the time. And it sucks, because I mean, you had some good candidates there. You had Camilla Harris, you had Cory Booker, you had Juan Castro, you had the white guy who thought he was Hispanic, Beto O'Rourke, or Robert Francis, as I like to refer to him. Hell, I mean, you even had Elizabeth Warren, even though she wasn't much on telling the truth, and she did believe that she was Native American, which I still can't believe that shit. But in the end, you decide to go with the two old white guys. What the fuck? I mean, millennials, Bernie Bros, you know, Warren girls. What happened? How did you get to this point? I mean, I guess that's what happens when you try to push identity, politics. When you don't focus on the issues and the qualifications, but instead try to focus on the wokeness, how woke you are. Well, I guess you're so woke now. You got two old white guys that are now going to be going up against Trump. And personally, in my opinion, I don't think either one have a chance against Trump. Um, I think you would have done better with, maybe a. I didn't like her, Camilla Harris. Tell Tulsi Gabbard. I mean, I did like her. Hell, Pete Buttigieg, I think would have been a better choice. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a conservative and I do support Trump. But if Trump's gonna lose, if he has to lose, and we have to get, somebody new in to replace him, I'll be honest with you. I would like to see somebody different try, just to see what they're capable of. Could things be better? I don't know. I would like to see it though, because I mean, I'm in agreement. I mean, it seems like it's always the same old, tired white dudes, and that can get a little stale and boring. So yeah, I like to spice it up. Sometimes I like to throw a little, you know, little soy sauce, a little sriracha in my ramen. Give it a little flavor, a little kick. Same with my politics. But I don't know. I guess it's just going to be the same old, same old. But at least it'll be Trump, because I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know a lot of you people hate Trump, but you hate him for the same reasons that you like Bernie. I mean, Trump's anti establishment. He speaks his mind. He goes against the grain. Nobody can tell him what to do. He's going to make up his own mind and do what he wants to do. Same thing with Bernie. Bernie's anti establishment. You know, ain't nobody going to tell Bernie what to do except for the DNC, which I'm curious. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. When they get to their convention, when the DNC has their convention, are they going to do the same thing that they did in 2016 and screw him and rob him of the nomination and give it to Biden? Because let's face it, Biden. If Biden gets it, it's just because he's a puppet. They're going to have They're going to have their hands so far up his ass. They're going to be making his mouth move and making, doing all the decisions that they want him to do. Because, I mean, really, if you've been following him at all, he does not have an original idea on how this country should be run at all. But, I digress. What are you going to do? I mean, it is what it is. Crazy times that we live in, folks. But millennials, I really hope that, especially you Bernie bros, I really hope that if the DNC does screw Bernie over, I hope you just decide to sit this one out. I mean, really, it's not worth your time to get up and go to the polls and vote. Just, pack a bowl, eat some cookies, just kick back on the couch, watch some reruns of the Parks and Recreation or The Office or whatever it is, you youngsters are into. Just remember, by staying home and doing nothing, you're really sticking it to the man for sticking it to you. And like I've always said, payback's a bitch. So, you know, that's what I would do if I were you. And for you older folks, I do the same thing, but if you're going to go out there and vote, if they screw Bernie, just go ahead and vote for Trump. I mean, really, have these past 4 years been really that bad? I don't think so. I mean, low unemployment, economic growth, we're all making money, hand over, well, not hand over fist, but you get what I'm saying. I just think it's, you know, could be a lot worse, whatever. So, needless to say, the DNC convention is going to be lit. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be a brokered convention. Um, RNC, it's going to be on fire too, but only because, let's be honest. I mean, the man Trump, our president, number 45, he knows how to throw a rally, he knows how to throw a party, he knows how to get the people excited, so I'm looking forward to that. It'll be nice. It'll be fun. Um, Apart from that, as far as the channel goes, I'm going to start doing some more unboxing videos. I've got some new equipment that I'm going to be testing and reviewing. Um, I got the new Elgato Cam Link. I've got a DSLR camera because my main business is photography. I do a lot of portraits, weddings, things like that. So I put food on the table, pay my bills. So I plan on using one of my high-end cameras as a webcam to kind of give me better video quality. So I've been doing some research on the Elgato Cam Link. Looking forward to trying that out. I've got a couple of. I'm gonna be replacing my fluorescent lights with some newer LED panels. See if I can't improve the lighting. Make it a little more dramatic, a little more cinematic. Bring a certain level of professionalism to the channel. Got some tripods I'm going to be reviewing, as well as some smaller LED lights, mainly for my front-facing camera. Um, my iMac's got the built-in face cam, but it only broadcasts at 720p. So I wanted some LED lights to help, kind of lighten me up a little better, make the video quality a little better. We'll see how that works out. And then down the road, I'm looking at upgrading my speakers, getting some studio reference monitors, as well as a new mixing board. Currently, I'm looking at the Zoom LiveTrack L8 to help with, live streaming as well as post-production, because I would like to start not only doing just, having the YouTube, but also, getting the audio files out there, for people that like to, listen to podcasts and shit like that on Apple Music and iTunes and whatnot. So, that's some of the things that I'm working on, right now. And I'm going to unbox everything and review it and, see what happens. Hopefully you guys will like it. I'm going to include links in all the descriptions. So if you like the gear that I'm testing and using, you'll be able to quickly access it and get it for yourself, especially if, you're wanting to start your own, YouTube channel or podcast, which, I tell you, I implore everybody to do it. You know, right, left, whatever. I don't care. Get out there. You've got a voice. You know, people need to hear your voice. This is the one of the great things about the technological age that we live in is that we can share our opinions, you know, and our thoughts, you know, online via YouTube or BitChute or D Live, whatever, you know, streaming media that you wish to use and choose, feel free. Get off of Facebook and Twitter, though. Those two sites are poison. They're destroying the country, they're destroying people, you know, they suck. But stuff like, you know, mediums like this, I mean, I really support and I'm behind because I think it's good to be out in the open and you know express your thoughts and opinions. You know that's one of the great things about being in America and living in America, being an American, excuse me, and living in America, is that we have the First Amendment, freedom of speech. You know, you don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. But isn't it great that we live in a country that we can express, you know, our opinions and viewpoints? I mean, I think it's fan fucking tastic personally. You know, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. You know, that's why, you know, I love this country so much. That's why I love the people that live here, our citizens, you know, our brothers, you know, gay, straight, black, Hispanic, whatever, white, you know, I don't care. If you're an American, you have been blessed by being born and being part of this country. You know, this literally is the greatest place in the world to be right now is in America. You know, and I'm glad I'm here and I'm glad you're here with me. And even if we don't agree, you know, politically or ideologically, that's no, I'm totally saying that wrong. But you know what I'm trying to say. You know, I just think it's great that we can use this medium to, you know, share with the rest of the world. You know, and the rest of the world loves us. You know, whether they want to admit or not. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be trying to, you know, flock here by the millions like they're currently doing. You know, and I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. I'm all for coming to America to better yourself. You know, that's what this country was founded on, and that's what makes us so great is that, you know, we're such a big melting pot of different cultures and ideas and whatnot. I mean, it's fucking amazing if you think about it. You know, just come here and do it the right way, legally. You know, and for those of you that are here and now that are citizens, if you think our immigration system is broken, cool. We do have problems that need to be fixed. And the only way those things can be fixed is by voting, by using our constitutional right to vote and get those in office that are going to work and represent us. You know. And if you don't get out there and vote, if you choose to sit home and do jack shit, you know, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself because believe it or not, every single vote does matter. You know, and I know that I was, you know, joking around earlier telling you millennials to stay home, you know, if Bernie doesn't get, you know, the nomination. And if you choose to do that, then that's your right. But by doing so, you know, you don't get to bitch about things if you didn't get out there and cast your ballot. You know. Have you noticed that I like to say you know a lot? Because, you know, I do. I really need to start working on that, I think. Anyway. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, you've heard what I've had to say. I'd really like to know what you guys think. There is a comment section, you know, on my channel. I really wish you guys would, you know, get more involved and drop comments. I mean, if you think I'm doing a good job, let me know. If you think I suck, you know, let me know that too. You know, I can take criticism. Um, you know, I do this show mainly for myself, just gives me something to do. But I also want this show to be something that you can get enjoyment out, or you can find interesting in. So I'm always open to new topics, fresh ideas. So you can always comment on that. Whatever. I'm down for anything, man. There's not a whole lot that bothers me, or makes me wish I could stay away from. So I'm always open to suggestions. So feel free to make those suggestions. If there's a guest you would like to see on my show, let me know. I'll see if we can get them on. I'm going to be set up, for Skype. This new mixing board that I'm looking at is going to make live calls a lot easier with the Mix Minus. That's one of the main reasons why I'm looking at it. Now, it's also got some programmable keys, so I can do things like sound effects, which currently I'm using Ecamm for my streaming software, which it's got some, sound effects that you can add in, which are pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. Hopefully the next week or two I can get that hooked up and going, and I'm gonna do a full review on it once I get it. So good things around the corner. And by the way, I wanted to thank everybody. I noticed that I'm up to 201 subscribers, so I finally broke that 200 mark, which is super awesome. I was at 202, but I guess somebody had to change their heart, which, that's fine. It happens. But I really hope this year to get that number up. And I can only do that by getting you involved and doing the kind of content that you guys are into or interested in. So if you'd like to see more things other than politics, let me know. If you like the politics, let me know. Like I said, I'm open to anything. Well, that being said, I've been streaming now, I believe, for a little over 20 minutes. No, 23 minutes. So I can't really think of anything else that I really want to go in detail with. So I guess I'm going to wrap it up so I can focus on throwing back some PBRs and get online and talk with some friends. But hope you had a super great week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And well, I'm sure I'll be back on tomorrow or sometime. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants if you haven't already noticed. So I shall return. But as always, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. And I will catch you motherfuckers on the flip side. Peace.